Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this 30 days masterclass series on electric vehicle design using MATLAB Simulink. Today is day 9, topic Introduction to Electric Motor for Electric Vehicle Applications. I welcome you everyone here. I welcome Kiran Kumar, Gajendran, Lakhan Moore, Sudarshan. Yes, welcome Disausa, Afsal, Nishant, Tirusmail. Welcome participants, welcome. Natasha, Deepa, very good evening everyone here. Yes, I hope you have enjoyed this past 8 days class. So today we are going to discuss in detail about electric motors. So what is electric motor and everything we'll discuss. So keep engaged with the entire class. About the Pantech is a educational equipments manufacturing company, and from Pantech you can get power electronics, drives, solar and wind, fuel cell, electric vehicle trainer kits. In addition to that, a DSP, microcontroller and IoT AI related products also you can get it. About the vision, Pantech vision is to help 10 million students to learn the technology in easy way. So far we have trained about 1.5 lakh students. So this year we have targeted 10 million students. Definitely will achieve that one actually. And utterance form will be provided at 7:30 p.m. in the live chat. So don't forget to submit the utterance form. And so this is the 30 days masterclass series. Actually, so far we have covered about basics of the electric vehicle dynamics and then basic power converters. So hereafter we are going to discuss in detail about the motor control section. So day 9 we will discuss motor control basics, and after that DC motor, BLDC motor, induction motor, PMSM and then SRM. So these 5 motors has been scheduled. So I request you everyone, so please attend this 5 days class to get more about the motor control part. And today we will first let us discuss about the motor control basics, types and motor parameters. What are all the important parameters, how we can realize the motor parameters, and MATLAB demo. So in the MATLAB demo we will discuss basics of the how to start the motor and what is the power and then what is no load speed and then full load speed and torque requirement. So these things we will discuss in detail. So keep engaged with the entire class. So once again I welcome you everyone here. Yeah, Asim, Chetan, Gajendran, Annamalai. Yes, and Ramu, Pavan, Rohit, welcome participants. Kiran Kumar, warm welcome participants. Yes, Gaurav. So utterance form is mandatory, right? So if you miss the utterance form, then definitely you cannot able to get it on the next day. Warm welcome, Gautam, Karthik. Yes, Yatindra, yeah, Afsar, Siraj, Pranav, Deepak, Dhaval Patel, Swapnil, Irwin. Yes, very good evening everyone here, and I hope you have installed the MATLAB and then still you are practicing the past 8 days classes. And today I have shared you some basic MATLAB reference guide. So please check your email and then download those 3 MATLAB reference books and try to practice whatever available on this on that book. Yes, suppose if you are not received our email, please WhatsApp me. This is my WhatsApp number 9840974408. So I will share you those details in the WhatsApp also. Yes, thank you. Installed Gautam, you have installed, very good. And still people are you struggling with the MATLAB installation? If you have not installed, please comment in the comment box so that I can arrange any other. I don't have MATLAB. Okay, one people has not installed. Yes, I hope many of you have has installed the MATLAB. Great. So let us move to the topic. See, actually, in this electric vehicle, the motor is going to give you the power to drive a vehicle from its standstill position. So, in that point, the motor is going to play a vital role, right? So now, what is the motor, and then what is the basic parameter? So one by one, we will keep explore all those concepts. And what is a motor? So the motor is a device to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. So it's a combination of both the AC as well as the DC motors are there. So we can use based on our applications. We have to choose any one of the motor. So in that case, what is the types of the motor and what is the basic parameters? So if you take a motor specifications, first you should identify what is the motor efficiency. Generally, the efficiency of the parameter should be high, and the instant power. So what is the power of the motor, and then torque response. Similarly, the power density. The power density nothing but the motor size should be less, as much as less, with a higher maximum torque. So that is called the power density. And similarly, the low cost. So cost also should be less, and acceleration, and then robustness. So these are all the important parameters. So these parameters generally will be provided by the manufacturer. So while you choose your motor, then you should keep clear point about these things actually. And so how we can understand the motor performance? So generally, if you take a curve between the torque as well as the speed, so there will be a two regions. So one is called the constant torque region, and another one is called the constant power region. So during the constant torque region, and how we can separate these two regions, in the sense already we have discussed the motor power calculations topic. So there is a critical speed. Up to the critical speed, the motor will deliver the maximum torque, and above the critical speed, the motor will reach a max above the critical speed. At the same time, it will draw to reduce the torque, right? Similar kind of torque will be developed. See here, during this period, uh, yeah, see here, during these regions. So this entire regions is called the constant torque region. So whenever the speed is very less, so the torque will be high, right? So we may have some experience on that while you travel your vehicle. So for the during the low gear, then the motor vehicle can pull huge amount of weight. Whereas once the vehicle speed it's reached the maximum speed, in that case the torque of the motor will be very less, right? So after this period, so after this entire period, the torque of the curve will be very less. But in the electrical motor section, so here you have an option, because actually each and every motor has its own performance. Some motor will have a constant voltage as well as the constant torque as well as the constant speed performance, and some motor will have a wider range, and then some motor will have a very less narrow range. So you have to choose the proper motor based on your proper applications, right? And see here, so this is the critical speed. With the help of critical speed range, we can split the motor working principle, operating regions. And so what are the types of the motor? So do you have any idea about the types? So please comment in the comment box. What are all the types of the motor? Anyone, can you please comment in the comment box? So what are all the basic types of the motor? Yes. Yeah, I'm waiting for your reply. BLDC, PMSM. Yes. Scroll cage, AC, DC. Great. Scroll cage, Karthik. AC motor, DC motor. Great. Scroll cage, induction motor, self-excited, DC motor, that is BLDC. Two types of motor. BLDC stepper motor. Great, great. Separately excited DC motor. Synchronous and then asynchronous motor. Ramadure, great. Yes. Scroll cage motor. Yes, very good, Mr. Bhuvan Teja, SRM, PMSM, and then BLDC. Synchronous and non-synchronous, Saurabh Awadh. Synchronous and asynchronous motor, not a non-synchronous, asynchronous motor. We can call it as asynchronous motor. Great. Yes, induction motor, AC motor, DC, SR motor, servo motor. Yes, correct. Servo motor. It's not a type. Actually, it's a construction of the motor. Actually, servo motor. Yes, Sri Devi, DC brushless DC motor, direct drive, linear motors, servo motors, stepper motors, single phase, three phase. Great, great. So you all have some clear idea about the motors. Carriage motor, Asimsen, IPSM. IPSM actually interior permanent magnet synchronous motor. IPMSM. Vishwanath. Great. So yeah, let us move to the topic. Yeah, tell about hub motor. Hub motor is not a type of the motors. Actually, it's based on the placement in your vehicle. So people will call it as a hub motor. But whatever it is, the hub motor or axial motors. So those are based on the applications, but the concept wise, suppose if you are going to work on the electric vehicle, you should know the what is the working principle of the motor. So here the entire types I have classified into based on the working principle. So first let us take commutator motor and the commutator-less motor. So let us discuss what is commutator and the commutator-less and all in the next slides. And yeah, under the commutator section, so generally we can call it as a DC motor. So this is called this portion is called a DC motor. DC motor. This portion is called the AC motor. Right. So this portion is called the AC motor. And under the commutator motor, so self-excited, separately excited. And again you can classify into two types. One is called the shunt series and then compound motor also, field excited and then permanent magnet excited. So under this commutator types, so you may get all these type of motors. Similarly for the commutator less motor, so the commutator less motor, first motor is a synchronous motor, asynchronous motor, and then PM BLDC, that is the brushless DC motor, and then switch reluctance motor, and then hybrid motor. So these are all the motors which is comes under the commutator less motor. And again if you classify the synchronous motor, wound rotor motor, permanent magnet rotor, and then reluctance motor, synchronous reluctance motor. And under this asynchronous motor, wound rotor, and then squirrel cage induction motor. So this is called induction motor, and this is synchronous motor. Okay, so these are all the generalized classifications of the motor. And in this series we have scheduled BLDC motor control. And see here that separately yeah, so this is shunt motor, self-excited motor, and then PM brushless DC, I mean sorry, PM DC motor also, and switched reluctance motor, and squirrel cage induction motor, and PM SM motor. So the PM SM motor nothing but the permanent magnet synchronous motor. So this 5 motors has been scheduled to explore more on the working principle and then speed control mechanism. So why you have to control the speed of the motor? So can you anyone please comment why you have to control the speed of the motor? So what is the purpose you should control the speed? Yes. Thank you. If you want to apply a motor to the any one applications, so the application should be controlled one. So in that case, you should have implement speed control mechanism for the motor. Then only your application will be safe. Otherwise, the motor will run at I mean undesired speed. So in that case the load performance will get affected. So that's why we are implementing speed control mechanisms for each and every motor. So there are a variety of speed control mechanisms are there. So let us check one by one. So before going into the speed control mechanisms, we should know what is the speed, and then what is the power, and then what is the torque. So let us take one by one. And so here the commutator motor, nothing but the DC motor will have this kind of mechanism to transfer a power from the outside to the rotor side. So whenever the power transfers to the rotor, then only the motor will get excited. Otherwise, it won't get excited. So in the tomorrow classes, in the tomorrow class we have scheduled to understand the working principle of the DC motor and then motor control mechanisms. So everything we have scheduled. So please keep engaged with the entire 30 days class. And the commutator less motor, nothing but the same principle. Actually here the brushes and then commutator contact type. So this process is converted as a electronic manner. So this is the electronic circuit to do the same working principle. So with the help of inverter, we are going to do this same process outside the motor. So that's why we are calling it as a commutator less motor, right? And so generally we can classify the synchronous motor and then asynchronous motor. See, actually the synchronous motor, nothing but the rotor speed will be synchronized with the stator supply frequency. Actually, what is the supply frequency? So can you please anyone comment? What is the supply frequency? What is the supply frequency or fundamental frequency? Can you please anyone comment? Yes. What is the supply frequency? Can you please anyone comment? Yes, the supply frequency is nothing but the fundamental frequency. Its value is 50 Hz. Yes, Mr. Nishant, it's a 50 Hz, right? And now the synchronous motor will rotate with aligned to the supply frequency, whereas the asynchronous motor will the rotor speed will try to catch the supply frequency. That's why we are calling it as a asynchronous motor. And now if you take any motor, you should know this three principle. So one is called motor power, and second one is that motor speed, and the next one is that motor torque. So how much is the speed, how much is the torque, and then how much is the power. See, actually what is a motor power? So motor power, an electric motor is an electric machine that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So that is called the motor power. Similarly, the torque. So the driving force of an electric motor is called torque. So driving force of an electric motor is called torque. See, actually in the motor, so there are two different type of torque. One is called electromagnetic torque and then mechanical torque. So the electromagnetic torque is nothing but so the force which is created inside the motor to handle the load attached, which is attached to the motor shaft. So that is called electromagnetic torque. So the electromagnetic torque will generated within the motor. So generally it will be directly proportional to the stator current. And once if you connect the load to the shaft, so the motor shaft will try to handle the particular load. So that is called mechanical torque. So let us check one by one. So keep engaged with the entire class, right? And then motor speed. So the motor speed, nothing but it's a ability to spin a shaft at a particular time. So this is called generally it's called the speed of the motor, and we can call it as a RPM. That is called revolution per minute or rotation per minute. So now let us take this sample animated video. So I will share. I will show you this some animated video. See here, if you take this motor, if you apply a voltage to the motor, so there will be three major powers. One is called speed, torque, and then horsepower. Okay, so if you apply a motor, so if you apply a power to the motor, then the motor will try to rotate at a particular speed. So this is called the speed of the motor. Now if you connect load to the shaft, so in that case the so this is called opposite force. See actually how long the force is created at the shaft to cover some distances, right? So generally if you connect if you want to calculate the torque of the motor, so in that case you have to multiply the force along with the how much radiance, sorry, how much radius. So generally that is called if you multiply with the force as well as that radius of the motor, then we can call it as a torque of the motor. And similarly in the in the earlier ancient period, they in the absence of the electric motor, the horse is used to handle the actual load. So in that case the one horse can handle some amount of load for particular time period. So generally it is called as the horsepower. So 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watts in the electrical terms, right? So these three parameters you should keep in your mind to explore motor control concepts, right? And now and what are all the motors used in the electric vehicles? So for the sunroof application, sliding door, and then four window transfer case, and then seat adjustment, front wiper, HVAC compressor pump. So here and all we need a motors, right? So generally it will be a DC motor or BLDC motor. For a powertrain motor, so we will have a DC motor, BLDC motor, PMSM motor, interior permanent magnet synchronous motor, and then switch reluctance motor. So these motors are widely used for these applications. And motor controls, see actually if you take motors for the EV, so first we will use a DC motor and induction AC induction motor. Generally we have used in the induction motor there are two types. One is called wound rotor and then squirrel cage. The squirrel cage type of motor is widely used, and permanent magnet brushless DC motor, and PMSM motor, and such a switch reluctance motor. So based on this type of motor, people are widely choosing for as per their own requirement. And first you should know the where we are using these motors, and if you know the applications, then you should know the working principle, how it is working, and after that controlling method, then you can go for the implementation. This is the learning procedure to explore any new motors, right? So now see here, when you apply a motor to the electric vehicle system, so there are different type of driving system mechanism has been used. So this is called a single drive system. Actually, the two-wheeler. So for the four-wheeler applications, the either back wheel drive or front wheel drive. So it has been connected with a single motor, and if you apply a control signal to the single motor, then the motor will the vehicle can run. Similarly, for the two-wheel, dual drive system. So the two motor is attached for the wheel, particular wheel axle. So in that case this is called a dual drive system, and similarly this is called all wheel drive or four wheel drive system. So here the two motors will be powered, and then similarly here also the two motors has been powered. For generally it is for the sports vehicle, the four wheel drive system has been implemented. And these are all the types of motors in the EV applications. See here, this is called a hub motor. For the small range of power motors will work as a hub motor. So actually here there are two different type. If you take this is called one type of motor, and then this is called another type of motor. See, this motor is called the inner rotor motor, and the hub motor is the outer rotor motor. In the any motors there are two different part. So in the any motors, so there are two different part. See here, see here. So in this one, if you take this is called, suppose if you take this is this rotor, and then this is the stator. So this is stator. Some motor, say actually this motor comes under that inner rotor motors, right? So inner rotor motor. Similarly, if the motor is an outer side, motor has outer rotor, then it is called hub motors. So you should know the main difference between these two motors, and remaining all the parts and all everything is similar. For low power applications, people will use a hub motor. For high power applications, we cannot get a hub motors, so we have to go with axial, I mean inner rotor motors only. Nowadays lot of motor technologies are there, so let us explore one by one. And so this is the purpose of motor control application. So first you should know, you should use a control for the starting of the motor and then to stop the motor, similarly for the reverse mechanisms, and then forward running, similarly reverse running, and speed control. See, actually at desired speed range you should run the motor. And next one, that safety operator. The safety operator nothing but whenever you switch on the motor, then the motor should start from the zero position only. So initially if you apply voltage, then it should not run at randomly. So for that one, you should provide the proper speed control mechanism and protection from the damage. So for this purpose we are implementing the speed control mechanisms, right? So let us check one by one what are all the motors available in the MATLAB Simulink. So so let us check one by one. So keep engaged with the entire class. So I'm going to open the MATLAB session. So this is the MATLAB. Open the Simulink. Create a new block work area. Yes, just to save the simulation first. Just to save the simulation. Yes, and day 9 experiment DC motor. Yeah, someone is asking email ID. Actually, generally email may take time to respond to you. Please WhatsApp me. This is my WhatsApp number. I will reply you after this live. I will respond to you after this live. Yes. So now we are going to explore the motor control sections. So in this in this MATLAB, you have two different libraries. One is called Simscape library, and another one is called Simlink Power System library. The fundamental blocks. So here the machines. See, here you can get all the kind of motors are available. First one, asynchronous motor, asynchronous machine SI, and similarly, and then DC machines, and permanent magnet synchronous motor, simplified synchronous machine, and the SI unit as well as the per unit, and then single phase asynchronous motor, stepper motor, switched reluctance motor. So these motors are available. So now let us explore one by one. Let us take a DC motor. So I am going to take a DC motor. So just to select the motor and then paste in your work area. Just to paste in your work area. Yes. So now we have chosen the DC motor, and now we are going to apply a DC voltage, right? See here, just to open the motor, then we can understand the what is the motor parameter and all. So just to open the preset model, see here you can identify what is the power rating, and then 240 voltage, 1750 RPM, and then field is about 300 voltage. So which means that we have to apply a 300 voltage for the field, and then 240 voltage for the armature. And if you apply this range, then this motor can run up to 5 HP. So that is called the 1750 RPM, maximum RPM. Alright. So the mechanical input is a torque we are going to apply. So that is called load torque. See here we have to calculate the load, how much load we should apply, and then you have to apply the particular value. So now let us explore one by one. And so A plus and then A minus is called armature plus and minus terminal, and then F plus and minus nothing but the field plus and minus terminal, and M nothing but the motor measurement block. So to explore the motor measurement block, so you should have a bus selector block. So just search bus selector, module. Yes. So now just to open the bus selector block. So now you are able to identify what are all the parameters are available to measure it. So just to choose speed and then torque and field or armature current. So let us select these parameters and choose this to measure the parameters and click apply button. So now you are able to measure these three parameters. Alright, so now you are able to measure the three parameters. And similarly, take a scope block, and apply three numbers. So because it's a three parameters, so three numbers, select and apply here. So now see here, yeah, see here the first parameter is the speed, and then second parameter is electrical torque, and then third one is the armature current. So like that you have to connect it. And now we have to apply a voltage, DC voltage bus. Take a DC voltage, source, and for the armature 240, and then for the field 300. For armature 340 and then field 300. So just connect 240 voltage. So this is the 240 voltage, and similarly for the field 300. Yes. So this is 300. And now we have to apply a constant load torque. So let us take a constant block. So just to take a constant block, the link is not working. Yeah, the link is properly working. So please submit the attendance form. So no one is here. So the link is properly working. So please submit your attendance form. So it's available on the top of the chat. So please submit your attendance form. So just connect to the load torque. Right. So now we have applied, just connected the DC voltage source and then mechanical input and everything. So now just to take a now we have to add a header file. So just search header file like a power guy. To convert to the either continuous or discrete, whatever the thing, you can choose it. So now let us run the simulation for 1 second. Now let us run the simulation for 1 second, and let us try to get the output. Just to open the scope so you can understand. Just change to the yes. See here the speed omega m, that is called by default it will be radian per second. To convert to RPM, just to take a gain block, radian per second to RPM. So 30 divided by pi. So this is the conversion range. You can use it. Yeah, so now it's running. The torque is about, sorry, the speed is about 1000 rpm. Yeah, the load is applied. Okay, we have to choose this one. Just run the, choose the proper specification and then try to run the motor. Yes. Yeah, see here, if you take this one, the motor parameters, so the motor parameter is, see here, we have applied the 240 voltage for the armature and then 300 for the field, and then 1750 is the maximum speed, that is called full load speed. So here we have received about 2200 rpm. So in that 2200 rpm, nothing but, see here, we have received this rpm because, so the load is not, this load is not fully loaded. So how you can calculate the load? See, actually, if you take a 5 HP motor, 5 HP is nothing but the power of the motor. So from this we have to calculate the total total torque, full load torque. So in that case, again there is a formula. So see here, P is equal to torque into omega. Okay. So now P we know, that is 5 HP, and then torque, let us take, we are going to calculate it, and then omega 2 pi n, nothing but 1750 rpm divided by 60, divided by 60, right? So if you multiply, if you take this one, then we can take like a 5 HP, nothing but that 5 into 746, then divided by 2 pi 1750, then 60. So this is called a torque measurement value. So now let us take this one. Let us take this one. See here, the P is equal to 1000. Sorry, 5 HP, 5 into 746. So you will get a value about 3370, and the torque omega is nothing but the 2 pi n divided by 60. So its value is 183. So now the T is nothing but the P divided by omega. So that is the maximum load torque is about 20 Newton meter. So now we have to apply a 20 Newton meter. So if you apply 20 value here, the load value will be like a, so if you apply, then now the situation is we have applied a full load torque. So if you run the simulation, if you run the simulation now, earlier the speed was about 2200. So now the speed is about 1750. Exact value is 1750. Yeah. So the exact value is 1750. Yeah, exactly. You may get it 1750. Yeah. So like that, we can understand the working, calculation of the full load torque and the no load torque, no load speed, full load speed, so everything. So from this example, you can easily understand the concept, working concept. So if you have any questions, you please comment in the comment box. If you have any questions, you please comment in the comment box. You will start batch 2. Yeah, Mr. Ramesh, we are tomorrow you will get an email. So batch 2 email. Sir, why 240 300 voltage? Can we apply less than that? What will happen if we do so? See, actually, the way we have applied the 240 in the sense that is a motor power rating. So if you open the motor ratings, you open the motor ratings. So see here the 240 voltage and then 300 voltage. So we have to apply a rated voltage. Then only we can expect rated efficiency. Otherwise, we cannot get it. Why not any other header than the power guy? See, actually, it's a syntax. It is a syntax. Bus selector. Bus selector is a component to measure the motor parameters. Bus selector is a component to measure the motor parameters. DS Giridhar, Vernier motor. So what is your question, Mr. Giridhar? Attendance link is it's available in the top of the chat. Why you took the value of torque 20? So you have to calculate the value from torque is nothing but power P is equal to T into omega. Omega is nothing but the 2 pi nt. So like this you have to apply. And we use solar power supply in LEV. Yeah, you can apply, Mr. Tarun. You can apply your value. You have to calculate the full load torque from the power value. Power, and then if you know power as well as the speed of the motor, then you can calculate it. TL nothing but the load torque. Why torque is reducing when the speed is increasing? See, actually, the speed is limited by the critical speed. Up to critical speed, the torque will be remains same. So that is called the constant torque region. That is a motor behaviors. And after the critical speed, the torque, torque of the motor may get reduced. Yes. Can you send link to download the recent versions of the MATLAB? See here, just to open the MATLAB Google. Just open the Google and type MATLAB free trial. See here, click this window. You can download your MATLAB free trial. Can we design this whole supply by means of solar power system? Yeah, anyhow, you can design your whole power supply, whereas whereas you need a battery system to power the motor. Sanchit Shavakar, can you explain the graphs again? Yeah, of course. See here, we have applied the full load torque. So in that case, the speed is rotating at 1750 rpm, and then electrical torque is 20 newton meter. So we have applied that value only. Initially it will be zero. Initially it will be a high because of its standstill position. And whenever the torque is high, so the armature current is directly proportional to the torque. So that is the equation of the motor, basic construction of the motor. Can we use induction motor in EV? Yeah, you can use the induction motor in EV. Power guy is a header file. This is only for 30 days. What is it? Oh, are you asking MATLAB? Yeah, MATLAB they will give you only for the 30 days period. Why do you take three different layout. To view the proper graph, I took this different layout. Why don't we use solver configuration? The solver configuration is a header file for the SimScape components. This is a power system components. For the sim power system components, you have to use the power guy. For SimScape component, you have to use a solver configurations. Can we use induction motor in EV? Yes, you can use it. You can use it. Yes. Any more doubt? You please ask me. Yes. If you have any more questions, you please ask me. Yeah, Mr. Umesh Govardhani, please rewind this video. I have given some animated videos, so please check it. How can I start a business in EV, Karthik? So there are a lot of opportunities in the EV segment. You can use it. You can start a small business I mean business in the charging stations and entire battery swapping methods. So further and all, you may get a business opportunity. Okay, attend the class. DC versus AC motor in EV. Yeah, we will discuss in detail what is in which way the motor is perfect. Everything we'll discuss in detail in the forthcoming classes. So keep engaged with the entire motor control sections classes. So that's why I have detailedly I will schedule the motor controls for the 5 days class. Yes. So these are the different type of motor controls. Motor starters, reduced voltage starters, as well as the adjustable speed drives. So and then intelligent controllers. See here, these kind of drivers only we are going to use in our EV applications. So these are all the driver controllers. And from the Pantech, we will give you the complete open source hardware to control any kind of motors. For a DC motor, PMSM motor, BLDC motor, induction motor, and then SRM motor. So the for these 5 motors, you can get motor control applications. Yeah, and as well as the servo controllers. For small type of positioning controlling methods, the servo controllers has been used. And 10 factors to choose the electric motors for EV applications. See here. In this first you should identify the vehicle characteristics and the driving cycles. So what is the driving pattern for your EV, and the vehicle configurations based on the electrical pure electric or hybrid vehicles, you have to choose it. And then speed, torque, and then power. So whenever you are claiming the particular specifications, you have to choose above than generally people will keep 20 to 30% higher than the specific range. That is the maximum capacity. And battery voltage, cost. So these are all the factors while you choose the motor for the EV applications. Now let us check what are all the types of motors are available. Sorry, how to choose the motor. As a thumb rule, there are two different cases. uh, for two-wheeler and then three-wheeler, you can use it DC motor or BLDC motor. For for four-wheeler and then high-power vehicles, you have to use a PMS motor or switch reluctance motor, or induction motor. So these three motors are widely used. What will be the critical speed of 5 HP motor? So the critical speed of the motor will be mentioned in the nameplate details. So that is called rated speed. If you are going to buy any motor, so there will be three parameters. One is called full load current, and then speed, terminal voltage, and then power of the motor. So these four parameters you should get it from the manufacturer. So just search in the Google type nameplate details of any motor, so it will give you this four parameters. So from that you can easily understand the critical speed. Mr. Nilesh, please attend the SRM motor section. Yeah. Yeah, induction motor class we have scheduled. So you please check the detailed agenda. Don't repeat the same question. Actually, in our class tomorrow is the DC motor control, and then induction motor control, BLDC motor control, and PMSM motor control, and then SRM motor control. So five motors is detailed working principle is scheduled in this series. So please ask different questions. Please ask different questions other than the motors. How we can integrate IoT with the EV. See, actually for that one, you have to interface a microcontroller with IoT facility, and in the motor controller, see here, if you take this motor controls block, see here, if you take this motor control, see this is one of the microcontroller. If you connect a microcontroller, one more microcontroller, and along with the cloud, so between these two microcontroller we can intercommunicate, right? So like this we can implement a IoT motor control, IoT sections. Is it possible to answer Maxwell, please? Yeah, there is a chance to implement answers also, but this 30 days I have not scheduled this answers. Maybe let us try in the next series. Yes, if you have any more questions, you please ask. IoT webinar we are going to start from September 15th. I will share you the registration form probably tomorrow in the email. So please check your email. Level 3 charges are the fast charges. Yes. So I will share you these things. Actually, I will share you this link by email. So my recommendation for you everyone. So please visit this link and take a motor, I mean the particular EV specifications, like what is the power, and then what is the speed range, how much battery capacity has been used. So everything you have to visit the particular page, and then you have to visit the particular page and then take a notes. Similarly for the electric vehicle also, tomorrow I will share you these two slides in the email. Yes, 30 days internship. Till today, you can join in the batch one also. So today is the last day to join in the batch one. Yeah, if you have feedback about this class, so please share your video feedback to this number to my WhatsApp number. So I will give you the answers for your questions, all the answers. Thank you, participants. Thanks for your valuable time here. And any other free webinars from Pantech? Yeah, we have scheduled a few more webinars also. So please keep engaged with our entire emailing systems. Thank you, participants. Thanks for your valuable time here. And if you have any more questions, you can ask me to my WhatsApp number also. Thank you once again.